children. Give praise. Give praise, children, yeah. Give praise. Give
PNM family, good night. Nah. The chairman here and our party organizers here, so we have to do better. PNM family, good night. That's what we're talking about. Dr. the Honourable Keith Christopher Rowley, members of Cabinet, members of Parliament, members of the head table, candidates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Do not take good governance for granted. The PNM has been around so long and has been doing so much that you think that our excellence is taken for granted. Do not take good governance for granted. I want you all to think back to 2 years ago, and it is by the grace of God and by good PNM governance that we are able here to gather as a family and go towards the local government elections. Because if this country had lost its good mind and put the others to rule, we would have all died under that dome of suffocation. If we didn't die under the dome, we would have died outside Universal Bar from sunstroke, because everybody know Forest Park punching and hot sun don't mix. That is what we would have had if we took God out of our thoughts and listened to the others. The Minister of Health will tell you it was good governance night and day to bring us here together that we can gather at Bournes Road. In the last 2 years, we have achieved a lot in local government and in central government. The refurbishment of the community center in Sealots, the opening of the spanking new Despers Steel Orchestra Pan Theatre. I can't call it a panyard anymore, it's a Pan Theatre. Social relief programs, drainage works throughout the city to avoid flooding. But look to the north. When you go to the St. James Youth Facility, you will see that it's being refurbished. So we could go in the night with our family and play football, play netball, play basketball, and congregate together as a family. Look to the south on the roads in St. James that was just paved before elections, where you can drive your car, and if I'm to take a job of myself, ride your bike freely on a newly paved road. Freely on a newly paved road. And what we say is, that was done all in budget and not with one scandal. Not one accusation of a kickback. I don't even know who the contractors are, because we do things properly by the book, and that is good governance. Trinidad and Tobago do not take that for granted. The Honourable Prime Minister is here.
Thank you. St. James, would you please stand and welcome the captain of Team PNM, the man who is going to bring this local government reform to each and every Burgess of Trinidad and Tobago, the political leader of the People's National Movement, Member of Parliament for Tobago Mountain West, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and the man in whom we have placed our fullest confidence, Dr. the Honourable Keith Christopher Rowley. St. James, make some noise for your leader.
Even though all is long, no matter what come on, you'll make it. Yes, I'm gonna make it. Remember the days of thoughts in water.
Honourable Prime Minister, again, good night. I was telling you, do not take good governance for granted. With all the projects that we have done, not one scandal, not one allegation that could come at the doorsteps of the PNM. Give ourselves a round of applause for that. Do you know why? because the others can't do that. If you give them a key to open a door, they jump through the window. That's just in the DNA. So, what we say tonight is that we have chosen 141 candidates. 12 of them are here tonight. I assure you that I could take all 12 of them, walk them into the St. James police station, and not one officer will charge them for possession of arms and ammunition. Contrary to Section 5 of the Firearms Act, I have court closed, so I could say that. I can march them in the station without fear of any one of them not coming back out. That is good governance, and I want us to understand it and appreciate it. We have a lot of work to do because we are not perfect. We must not drink our own Kool-Aid. But with local government reform, it will help us to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves. The world has taken notice of Trinidad and Tobago, you know. The world. And that is why, for a dot on the map, 1,980 square miles with 1.3 million people, we could have had a representative elected unopposed as the 78th president of the United Nations General Assembly. Which nation as small as us could boast on that? That is good governance, because that takes good governance internally to be recognized internationally. On the 13th of May, 2023, Howard University, a leader in the seat of learning in this diaspora, recognized Honourable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley as a leader in his field of endeavor due to his commitment to humanity and building a better society. Don't take my word for it. Go and do what the young people do now. Google it. You will see that to get this award, you have to be someone who is renowned for truth and service and both personal and professional integrity. When the president of Howard, Dr. Wayne Frederick, was delivering the award, he described our political leader as a man renowned for social and political leadership and pioneering in statesmanship and scholastic work. Isn't that an international achievement? Do you know what I noticed? Not one member on the other side congratulated him. My mother always told me, you can't teach class, you know. You can't teach class. So on August the 14th, 2023, these 12 persons and the 141 that we have put up, they are going on a platform of local government reforms. And these reforms will give more autonomy to the corporations and by extension, your 12 councillors. The corporations will have its own source of funding so that when the red tape is removed, they can get simple problems such as blockage of drains and bad roads fixed without taking an inordinately long time. They can more speedily attend to providing communities with upgraded amenities, water, electricity throughout, mosquitoes. This is what happens. They would have longer tenure in office, 4 years, which will enable them to plan, execute, and complete projects. Because if you can't do it in 4 years, you can't do it again. But 3 years, time you're ready to go, your time has expired. So you can see the benefits of local government reform, and the world is moving forward at a fast pace. They are replacing us humans with artificial intelligence. We cannot continue to live in the dark ages with local government. Good governance dictates that we must make positive changes in local government that will ensure that communities can meet the challenges of an ever-changing time. And this is what good governance is all about. And we say, if you work together with us, vote for us for better communities in Trinidad and Tobago. So on August the 14th, ladies and gentlemen, when the roll is called up yonder, we will all say together, we read and we ready. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Give praise, children.